Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. So the AFK money glitch build, I thought I'd kind of give it one last hurrah. So thanks to my Discord member, noted at the top of the screen now, for sending me this build. I know he was keen on me to show it on the channel, so I thought, do you know what? You know, I've got some time spare. I may as well give this one last kick before it goes ahead and gets patched. So yeah, it does seem like a patch is on the way, but this one is capable of 20-minute runs fully AFK. So big shout out to him. He's based it on the Blentz build that I think originates from Reddit, so I'll have that link below. First thing you're going to need to do is pick up the Abarth 595 SS from 1970. You can get this from the used car dealer for 48,900 credits, so go ahead and pick that up. Now this is where it differs from the original build that I showed up probably about a week or so ago at this point. There's going to be no wide body on this, but you will still once again need to put that engine swap in place. In terms of the aero parts and the wheels, ensure that everything is the base sort of model, so no different parts, no aero, absolutely nothing. Keep the car absolutely standard apart from the engine swap. So do not change the aero on this car. It needs to run literally nothing. So we've got the K20 Civic engine in. Now this is another change. Comfort hard at the front with a racing soft rear, fully customizable suspension, body height at the front 75 and the rear 85, 10 for the anti-roll bar, compression 40, expansion is 50, natural frequency 310 front and 325 at the rear, negative camber angle front is 2.5 with 5 rear, 0 toe angle once again on this build, fully customizable diff once again, torque is 60, acceleration is going to be again 60 and braking 5. Nitrous, this has changed. Set this to 15. It will last the entire run. Fully customizable racing transmission set to 240. And here's the individual gear ratios. So set the final to 4.000. Then first 2.186-94, 1.199-171, 0.813-253, 0.611-337, and then finally fifth is going to be 0.473-463. Those are the gear ratios. Feel free to pause. Once again, we're not bothering with any aero on this vehicle, so you won't need to mess around with that this time around. Now let's go over to performance. High RPM turbo, anti-lag system set to strong, racing intercooler, racing air cleaner, racing silencer, racing exhaust manifold. Then onto the brake system just down below is racing slotted, racing brake pads, and then if we go up to the top right here, we have the racing clutch and flywheel, and then once again all of the perma upgrades bar increased body rigidity. Do not put that on this time. So everything else with the max ultimate tuning parts, all of the weight reductions, just do not add that body rigidity. For this you should get a build of 431.49 pp, 552 brake horsepower. Now next up you're going to need to once again purchase the Tomahawk. So if you haven't already, you can pick this up for 1,000,000 credits from the Dodge dealership over in Americas. So ensure that you're going to pick one of these up, because this is going to be the car that we're going to be racing against. Now in terms of the build itself, I'll just give you a quick go through. Racing softs, none of this needs touching. The only other thing that needs touching is the fully customizable racing transmission. Set it to 500. Manual adjustment, so here are the gears, there's 7 of them. The final is 5.130, and then onto the gears. So first is going to be 4.799-82, 4.797-82, 4.796-82, 4.795-82, then 4.794-82, 4.290-92, and then finally on the 7th is going to be 2.001-205. Nothing else needs changing on this build, so leave it at default. So let's move on to events and setup. Go over to World Circuits, go over to Americas, and then at the bottom right, go over to Daytona International Speedway. Once you've got the car selected, head over to Custom Race, head over to Tri-Oval, and I'm just going to load up these settings here. So here we go. Lap is going to be, race type is going to be set to laps. Number of laps, either 24 or 25. I prefer to run the 24 with this build. Number of cars is 20. Put yourself all the way to the back. Then, as you can see, rolling start as usual. Again, default for the interval. Slipstream strength is going to be set to real. Now, nitrous and overtaking system, this must be set to 10. It will last the entire run AFK. Ensure that the rivals are all set to garage, and then go ahead and set the Tomahawk as every single vehicle apart from your own, which will obviously be the Abarth. Ensure that they're on the highest difficulty, which is professional. This should give you a payout of 952,500 credits for completing this one. Now, this is why I absolutely love this AFK build. You do not need to touch the vehicle at all. It will instantly get itself on the wall, and it will do it pinpoint perfectly for the entire event. You will not need to put any inputs in. The car will literally be fully AFK. It will drive itself. You won't need to worry about it. Now, the main things that's kind of changed is I recommend setting the nitrous button to L1. This way you can strap it down very easily. This will allow the car to be on constant nitrous the entire time. Once again, you want the left hand stick to be pointing towards the right, obviously for obvious reasons. It needs to be up against grinding the wall, and then just ensure the accelerator is also strapped down. This build right here is absolutely ridiculous. It will be a constant high speed. You won't need to touch it. It will do everything pretty much automatically. It's much quicker than the previous AFK build that I showed you by around about 5 minutes plus. Now, there's only a few things you really need to keep an eye on. That there is a rare chance that the car may run into a Tomahawk. It's very, very rare, but it has happened to me before in the multiple runs that I've done with this, that a Tomahawk will just get in the way towards the end of the event and spin it out. So for that reason, I do actually recommend keeping the vibration on, just so you can keep an eye on it, just in case that the controller starts vibrating quite heavily. You'll know that the car's probably spinning around in circles because it's hit the Tomahawk. You should have enough of a lead once the controller starts vibrating to just take control and finish your lap up. For the majority of the time that ever happened to me, it's happened twice. It was on lap 22 and lap 24 respectively. So once the run is done, this is how it should look. Fully AFK. I've not touched the vehicle. It's just been doing it the entire time with decent oil and such, so no wear on the engine. It was 20 minutes and 25 seconds with a 1.428 million credit payout in that time. Once again, it's completely AFK, so you're not having to put any work in at all. You'll just press retry and start event and it will go again. However, just to note, if the engine oil is worn, it may be a little bit slower. So this is when it's on very bad oil, essentially. It will start to drop off the pace. It does affect the overall time. So as you can see, on bad oil, it's around about 40 seconds extra at 21 minutes 7 seconds, 0.304. So if that is an issue for you, I recommend just every few times it's been around, maybe once every hour, change the oil and you should be straight back up to its maximum potential. Again, you're going to get the clean race bonus no matter what, apart from maybe the odd attempt that it may hit a Tomahawk that's just completely out of position. So there we go, the infamous AFK glitch, finally the best version of this one. Again, thanks to Blentz, who the Discord user himself based this build on. I will have that Reddit post linked below, and thanks once again to the Discord user that I know was very, keen on me using this build, and I certainly don't regret it. I've earned a ton of credits doing this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Once again, like I did mention, Polyphony are looking into patch it, so, it probably will be gone. However, because this build is such a low PP build, there is a high chance that this one could be very much a future-proof build. I'm not going to share anything else on this now. I'll wait till Polyphony go ahead and patch it unless some absolutely ridiculous build comes out before the end, but I'm sure it's probably not going to be too long before we start seeing that patch. So I may hold off some of the other builds that I've got planned just to kind of wait and see what happens. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.